a light in the dark where evil had grown. He stands with courage, his heart is ablaze, a savior for worlds through cosmic haze. Flash, Flash Gordon, racing through the skies, he's never broken. Flash, Flash Gordon, the universe survives because he's chosen. Ming the Merciless, ruling with dread, planets in fear, their freedom near dead. But Flash, the champion, defies his reign, bringing the storm through fire and pain. Flash, Flash Gordon, racing through the skies, he's never broken. Flash, Flash Gordon, the universe survives because he's chosen. With allies beside him, bold and true, Dale and Zarkov, their loyalty grew. The drums of war beat loud and fast, but Flash's courage will always last. A leap of faith, a daring flight, he battles the dark to reclaim the light. From Mongo's grip to freedom's embrace, the hero of legend saves every race. Flash, Flash Gordon, racing through the skies, he's never broken. Flash, Flash Gordon, the universe survives because he's chosen. Oh, Flash Gordon, the stars sing your name, a beacon of hope, a burning flame, forever a hero through time and space. Flash Gordon, the savior of the race. Snapping heroes, we're blasting off tonight. Rocket engines blazing through the cosmic light. Mongo, strange terrain where danger waits. Savage lands of mystery decide our fates. Through the jungle skies and crimson seas, on Mongo's treacherous path we face the squeeze. Flashdale and Zarkov, let's make it right. In savage worlds we bring the fight. Lizard folk and lion men, allies to find. Flee from Prince Baron's traps, leave terror behind. Cross the firelands, hear the dragons roar. Stand strong in Arboria, we'll settle the score. Through the jungle skies and crimson seas, on Mongo's treacherous path we face the squeeze. Flashdale and Zarkov, let's make it right. In savage worlds we bring the fight. We storm the ice caverns, frost worms abound. Through frozen halls our courage knows no bounds. Ming's machines hum deep in Mongo's core. Every step we take we edge closer to the war. Face the arbiter's riddle, truth in disguise. Stars above dim as Mongo secrets arise. With unity and grit we shatter the throne. Freedom from Mongo, its people are own.
Righty ho. Well, we'll see how we do. Just the three of you. So we get lots and lots of nice pennies. Some pennies to start off with. So, when we left you last, you were having a fight on the ceiling of this cavern, which was the map, against that large cavernosaur. You defeated it, and you started moving over towards the stalactite, which seems to have the large sapphire crystal embedded in it, when you suddenly realised that someone else has just come along to join the party. That's where we shall begin today. And who are? There's Zuma. Zuma shouldn't be there. Zuma should be not at the front. Oh, Mr. Grants is turning up, so that gives us 4. Zuma stands over and says, "Well, this is an interesting experience. I can see you've already dealt with the cavernosaur for me. I appreciate that. Most helpful. Now, we do outnumber you, and someone's missing. Someone's missing. Yes, where is he? Missing from the map. And Grog here, he points to the fellow standing next to him, who you recognise. One that got the chap that escaped early when you got attacked by some similar-looking minions. Tells me you're not to be underestimated. Therefore, I think I shall give you an opportunity to leave without any nastiness on either side. If you just leave now and leave the sapphire for us, we'll let you live.
Well, you said that you outnumber us, and if I'm counting right, I see 10 of you guys over there. And yeah, there's only 4 of us. Don't you think you should go get some more if you're going to make those kind of threats?
Is there a bounty on these guys?
There's an interesting question, isn't it? Let me go back through the adventure. Yes.
Don't know how much it would be.
Well, a bounty probably not so much, but you do know. I will say you do know that Captain Core and a patrol of Tropican soldiers has in fact been sent out to find this Zumar fellow. You reckon this person is, and therefore he is a bandit. He is wanted by the Queen. Numerous robberies and murders. So
Well,
bounty probably not as such, but in the fact that there's actually a reward for bringing them in as such. But obviously, it's they are wanted criminals, and an argument could probably be
Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Counter offer. 2,000 Mongols, and we do not capture you and turn you in.
Well, can I have some notice checks, please? Oh, Charles beat my 8. Charles beat my stealth of 7. Charles is the only one that misses. Starts using track. That's okay. I don't know why the name changed. Very confused there. You notice. You notice. I'll put them back in a second. Charles, you happen to notice a couple of individuals attempting to stealthily move along the ceiling. Don't forget, because you're in the magnetic mountain, you're all standing on the ceiling of the cave. Along the ceiling over there. Attempt to flank you.
Oh, I guess you actually do have 12. 3-to-1 odds. That's not bad. This might be an interesting fight. Probably not.
Zumar says, well, looks like you try to be reasonable and it never works. Kill 'em, boys. And looks like my guys are going first. You are, oh dear. The bar is way down at the bottom of the table on the 2 of hearts. You want to spend any of your precious bennies to try and get up the charts. Given that I seem to have got a joker and an ace of spades and an ace of diamonds. Oh.
Yes.
How do I do? I spent the benny, so I did it wrong.
You did it wrong.
Yes.
That's okay. There you go. You got 3 of hearts.
That's why I never waste my bennies trying to do a net.
That's just it's always a cruel when the cards decide to do that. Okay, this chap here is going to move here along, running across the ceiling towards you. He's going to fire his ray gun pistol at you.
I think you said that stream is rather fast moving. You might want to move that one bandit out of it.
Oh no! But first thing that happens on his turn is I get to see what happens to him.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, I just thought I was giving you a chance there, but I go for it.
Oh no! I'm very much aware that he's waiting. He was wading in. He's wading in just as combat starts. So on his turn, he basically could get swept away, which could be interesting. Well, that's a complete contrast to hit to damage, isn't it? Highly accurate ray gun pistol shot hits Victor on the most armored part of his body. Okay, this guy's gonna sneak into here, duck down a bit, and decides he's going to basically take some cover. And he's take pot shots at you. In medium cover. Fire his ray gun pistol at Lazarus. No damage to Lazarus. Here we go. Stream is tasked with 2 successful swim tests. That's athletics. Here to have agility. He holds his own. Crossing it requires 2, so he gets to halfway. He gets to the halfway point. Wading across the river to the other side. Charles, you're up next.
I guess I'm going to be shooting some of these guys.
I guessed.
Oh, come on. Fine.
Perfect.
Oh, very fine. I pop him in the shoulder. And he fell to the floor. That's cool.
There really needs to be a thud at the end of that.
Sorry. Yeah, there probably would have been a fun at the end of that one, wouldn't there? Obviously, what happened is you basically blasted him off, or you hit the ground beneath his feet, which blasted him into the air. Unfortunately, that was just enough to take him past the point of obviously where the very low gravities that holds you to the ceiling, and then had him plummet to the floor above your heads. Seems totally reasonable to me.
And then I'll take a little bit of cover under this stalagmite or behind, yeah, whatever.
No problem. No problem. Let's see. This guy's going to move round the edge of the water to here. Not going to do much more than that, I don't think, at this point. And that one I found before. Okay, Tawny is not here, so we'll skip Tawny. Relic's up next. Relic fires the light pistol and doesn't do any good, and likewise starts making a move backwards for cover. This is the Lizards.
Lizards drops phone, takes aim at one of the bandits, and starts shooting. Benny's that.
That's a hit. So, right. Okie dokie, that's a shaken.
Nestles down so he makes a minimum target.
And Drog going to. Drog is going to attempt clear the river in a single jump. She does. It cover. Rocks. And his crossbow at Lizards. He's got a crossbow when everyone else has got ray guns. I do not know. Brings us to Victor.
Because they don't trust him with the ray gun.
Yep.
I think he was a stealthy one earlier, wasn't he, sir?
Didn't we get his crossbow the last time he tried to attack us?
Probably. So he's obviously gone back. He's obviously gone back to base and picked up another one.
Fair enough.
That's the excuse I'm going with.
Zumar is the boss, right?
Yes.
Okay, so one with a ray. Now, important question. Was that a GM Benny or was that his Benny?
That was his Benny.
Oh, good. I take his other Benny.
Okie dokie. You took his Benny. You took his Benny. That's evil. And I'm going to let the other guy. Incapacitated. Okay, yeah, so you shoot the Zubar, who basically clutches at himself as you shoot him, but he grits his teeth and goes, "That really wasn't very nice." And off we go.
I get his Benny.
Oh yeah, you actually take it, don't you? I apologise.
Yes.
I completely forgot you actually get it. I take it from someone else. Very nice.
He soaked. Oh no.
He did.
He's shaking. He soaked 2 wounds. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. The other guy is just dead. You said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Accidentally moved up. I must have clicked. Yeah, I must have clicked the function key because I haven't end your turn when I didn't mean to. Moved it back to you. End your turn at the appropriate time. Okay, I am going to move this bandit here because that's probably a good way to go, given the way that you're popping them very quickly. This is Zuma standing out in the open, and I'm going to shoot the hawk. A nasty shot.
Okay. I need to roll a vigor to shake that, right?
Okay, yes. And don't forget the Benny. You basically
So
avoid.
I think I was successfully soaked it.
I think you were too. Okay, let's see if this one can. Let's see if this one can cross the river. No, he's gonna like that first one. He's gonna land slap bang in the middle of it, and he's gonna promptly fail to actually hold his own against the current. Swept downstream.
Which way is the current flowing?
That's a very good question. It says downstream. It doesn't actually say which way downstream is, so I'm going to choose arbitrarily. He is swept downstream. And give him a vigor check as well. Okay, so he starts getting swept down the stream. However, he's upside down, so I know he's being swept downstream. Doesn't take any bumps or bruises as he loses control there. This guy jumps forwards and stands in front of Zuma. Actually, I forgot about lookouts, so I should have used that. I'm going to shoot Victor. He wasn't close enough to do it. Okay. So that is hit on Victor. Victor's shaken. Zuma remains shaken. Can't have that. I'm going to spend one of my bennies on that. Zuma's going to move over there. And fire his atom pistol at Miss Baggy. Fires his atom pistol, disintegrating a large chunk of cave just near Victor. Okay. Important this one. Other bow shot. Man. Normal Steve. Okay, Dale, we're going to need more bennies. Very that show up in the... Oh, the connectivity's broken today. That's annoying.
Thank you.
That's a bit annoying. I have to look at my Discord isn't linking back to me today. Okie dokie. He did hit you with a crossbow.
Thank you for the bennies.
That was normal Steve.
Thank you, normal Steve. Oh, just in time too.
Indeed.
Zephyr will target friendly unit and cast.
Mine works. It's just normal Steve's didn't.
Where is it?
Probably because it was a picture. No text.
Oh, almost. All right, so that's 2 points to. Two points of armor to everybody.
Steve. Actually, Tawny's not on the map, so you can 2 points.
Okay.
Not 2 points, but 1 power point for Tawny.
1 point. Yeah.
1 power point for Tawny because he's not actually on the map.
3, 4, 5. Okay. That takes that to 7. Oh, and before I end my turn, I will move for find myself some cover.
Probably a good idea.
There, I think.
Yep. Advantage of being able to fly. You just fly around. Cover. Okay. Cover bonus. Scrolling down the combat. Yeah, you got medium cover bonus there. Good. Oh, look at that. We should deal some cards, and this is at the top this time. No, using a stealth firing a ray gun. Okay, this is up first. It's like Jiminy has heard the call for reinforcements and is on the way.
Actually, it looks like Charles goes first.
Charles is going first on the ace of diamonds. I apologise. Stuck in there.
Let's see if we can stop this other guy attempting to flank. Oh, good grief. I guess that's a no. Yeah, I'll keep his head down. That'll work.
Well, yeah, indeed. I mean, to get around the cover bonus, what you will have to do is, because the idea is that the logic is they're crouching down. You have to go on hold and then interrupt them as they stand up to take a pot shot at you, if you want to catch them without their cover bonus. This is next.
Well, I guess that's meant to be as well.
It's unfortunate indeedly.
I'm just going to snuggle down deeper in this little crack I'm hiding in and maintain a half-concealed position.
Do ray guns work if they're wet?
That's a very good question. It's probably never come up. I'm sure being good science fiction technology, yes, but I don't see why we can't have some interesting fun where they might not work. It does strike me as the type of thing that a narrative change could allow.
Are we talking firing from underwater or just like you're in the water?
I would
Thought
say
being like, depending on how deep those pools are, they might make decent cover. That's all. I would say that.
you could use the pools for cover. I will say that. I don't believe. I mean, there's nothing to say that ray guns, pistols, or ray gun rifles will stop working if they get wet. Because I mean, normal modern rifles will cope with being wet. It's the other, it's the mud and the crap that causes the issues. Rather than, I mean, I'm not.
It's your world, Das. You choose.
Give me a chance to finish. However, there is nothing to stop. At the same time, I would argue that is a perfect example of a narrative use of a Benny to nobble a bad guy's ray gun pistol from working after he's been swept down a river for him.
Right.
But whether they actually work underwater, I'm not sure.
Well, I'd say they'd increase the chance of missing
Yes,
just because of refraction.
I think so.
Well, I didn't necessarily mean firing from underwater, but my thought was if one dove into the pool to hide and then come up out of the water, like I'm thinking Schwarzenegger in Alien when he comes out of the water and just starts with the
Ray guns
double
really don't
chain
have.
guns on the alien, right?
What guns
guns really
work
don't have,
underwater?
like,
Guns work if wet, but it's not necessarily good for them, is it?
No.
So, as I say, I'm not going to penalise anyone for diving into the water and then firing a ray gun pistol that's been wet. But as I say again, from a narrative perspective, it seems a perfectly reasonable thing to use from the use of a Benny to narratively say, well, his ray gun pistol, it could be damaged because he got swept down river.
You need to spend a
Right.
penny on that. It's a ray gun. Doesn't care about what. It's not going to get a chain.
However, it does inspire some ideas about ray guns and water.
Exactly.
Ray guns love water. They're actually more powerful underwater and do more damage.
Okay, so Bandit Tropican number 5, Tropican Bandit number 5, basically shakes, and he advances quickly on Victor, drawing a long sword as he goes. The shooting Victor doesn't seem to do any good. Unfortunately, he didn't count on Victor's incredible hand-to-hand combat capabilities. Okay, this guy has to make an agility check. Oh. Successful. He regains he stops being swung down, but he's recovered, but so you'll need another agility check to get out the other side of the water. Okay, this Tropican Bandit over here steps out from behind cover, takes a shot at Nisriz, ducks back into cover. I was going to say doing no damage, but then the raised dice kicked in. The protection from era proving very useful there. This chap over here will dive into cover over here. And his ray gun pistol. Missing.
Yes. Please all stack up together.
The drug moves to there. Actually, what did he move? There was to. Actually, I'm going to have him run. Run. He's only moved 2, so he's 6 inches pace. There. I need to take him out of cover. As he clears cover, he comes charging towards Victor. Charging towards Victor, his axe raised above his head as he swings it downwards towards Victor. Missing. Zoom out. What's he got? He's just got the atom pistol, hasn't he? Oh, hang on. That's important. That might. More than 5 inches distance. Okay. Okay. He takes a shot. Zumar takes a shot at Victor with a -2 penalty for having one eye, and therefore his lack of depth perception and his wounds cause him to miss hitting Victor. Tropican Bandit number 9 was aiming at Zafara, but can't see Zafara anymore, so he's going to instead take aim at Steve. Yeah, steps out of cover, takes a shot at Steve. It's Charles, I should say, not Steve. Sorry, Charles. He steps out of cover, fires at Charles, causing Charles to be shaken. Steps back into cover. Okay, this guy. No, he's failing miserably. He loses his ability to cross the river. Oh my word, he's carried a long way downriver.
And getting colder and colder by the minute.
Indeed. We're going to give him a -2 on his figure save. Oh, actually, no. It's 10 inches. Let's make that -4. He's basically being carried downriver and he's suffering bumps and bruises as he goes. Safara's up next.
Safara will come out of cover, move to Fritz, and cast or try to. Let's see how we do. Come on. That's only 1 wound. I think I'll try to Benny that and see if I can get a raise and get him back too. No, of course not. Well, 1 will have to do, and then I'll move back to my cover.
Okey-dokey.
Takes down to that, so we need to do that.
Like Victor's up next. When you end, Victor, you're up now, sir, and you recover from being shaken quite efficiently.
Oh, sorry. Back to me. Right. Oh. Wrong.
Woo!
Targets. Draw gets the first attention. Fist. I am unsatisfied with that. Much better.
Drog harries your blow at the last second, barely preventing you from causing serious injury to him.
Okay.
might I suggest
Would not work with what I'm going to do.
fair enough then. I completely.
So I want to, and I'll use it before I spend the Benny to make it. I want to shoot shots into the water right there, causing a large steam cloud.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Damage would be nice, but not critical.
Does sound like a test, so I would say I'd say it sounds more like a test. So you get the choice of making him distracted and vulnerable, and of course, if you get a raise, you get to roll on the creative combat table.
Well, I was looking more for like concealment.
Oh yeah.
In that whole section, so that they can't. They either have to come out of cover or that kind of thing. So Betty would give me that.
Yeah, I think we could treat it like a sort of obscurification of steam or something. Yeah, I like it.
Instant smoke screen.
Exactly. Protect. It gives them cover and gives you cover. As you say, they have to move to get round it.
So just roll a shooting test, or should I target them in a roll?
I would say it's a shooting. It's shooting, isn't it? I think, personally.
Well, yeah. I'm just asking if you want me to target them for tests, or just roll shooting.
No. Just roll, do a one-off because you're doing a area of effect, aren't you, as it were?
Can I get 2 large burst templates?
Well, as I say, what we can treat it as is, I mean, let's face it, it's the creative combat. Does it creative combat? I think we will have the secondary effect. I think we'll have the secondary effect of it being cloud cover. That's a bit too big. Let's shrink that a bit. The secondary effect of that being basically sort of obscuring. That's not the best one there, but it's a nice. It gives us a nice idea that you can't see through it. I'm also going to have you. We're also going to have you say that that's. It's on the right thing. Yeah, let's put it back to there and do that, and that, and then I'm going to. I'm just going to roll another shooting. Which I'm then going to replace with the 31 that you did last time. And I make that should be number 6. 2. So it should be that one, and shouldn't be. Oh, so let's get rid of that. Should be Zumar. Okay, so then we roll on that. The one with a raise. So you created combat. Roll on the combat as well. I think that's the way you should get them. Okay, there we go. So, do you want to make them distracted or vulnerable? First things first, because it is, as you we are with that roll, you obviously smother them in scalding, steaming hot water. So, do you want to make them distracted or vulnerable?
Say vulnerable.
Okay, vulnerable it is. Apply. Apply. And where's the other one? Zumar's there. So vulnerable, apply. And you basically seize the moment of the advantage of creating this steam cloud, and you get an immediate additional turn.
All right.
And as I say, it's also that has created this column of this cloud of obscuring steam, which means they all have to exit that area and no one can see through
Alright, I will multi-action again and keep up the momentum. Let's see. What do I got? Just gonna target Drog. Another punch. Pitch slap. Oh yeah, definitely. A backhand to the face. Also 6.
Right. So I was just sorting a few things out. I'm going to give everyone bennies because the stream can't see the wonderful artwork that was highly doctored there. Told me to give you more bennies. Okay, Droog again. I'm afraid
Thank you.
parries all your damage on that attack, but he is his second benny he has spent.
Okay. Who is Hesha? Forget. Is that just some?
Not that you. Well, actually, you did a good common knowledge roll earlier. Hesha is not known to be part of Zumar's gang. Not sure why Hesha is here with the gang. He's not one of the. He's not one of the ones that's sort of wanted. You know, he's not one of the ones you identified as wanted. Rog, however, because you did get your. According to your database, is a ruthless and violent man who does what is told and is basically utterly faithful to currently commanding him. To Zuma, in fact, I don't think you can get around that one. He's basically got a reputation of being incredibly bloodthirsty. See what Zuma's up to, shouldn't we?
Oh. Not the one I meant.
Yeah. And Zuma is a bloodthirsty bandit, slaver, and smuggler. So really not. Okay, well, with this obscuring mist everywhere, this bandit's literally just going to move his turn to flank over there. So he can see past the obscuring mist, but that's all it does. And he still hasn't got a line of sight to anyone. Sensibly moved into cover. Shit is going to advance slowly through the rocks to here. With this big rock in the way means he can't target anyone either. Relic is just going to duck down behind cover. And that brings us to Fritz.
Motherfucker.
We apologise for the potty. Charles got a joker and Fritz got a joker. All of a sudden, some of the PCs are swimming in bennies. Really doesn't seem. Zumar's down. Zumar's down after 6 of clubs. I'm going to spend a GM Benny on Zuma. Ooh, I got him one whole card up the combat tracker. Wow.
We should spend some more bennies on him, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Spend all of them.
Do you know what? Do you know what Vixie did? Do you know what Vixie did? He actually took one of the head bad guy's bennies. He just nicked it and gave it to himself. It's just terrible.
He was undeserving.
Charles recovers from being shaken. Combat
Okay,
reflexes
since
and-
Charles is no longer shaken and he's feeling his oats, we are going to run.
You just need a
to
single
there.
athletic. You just need a single athletic success to clear that river.
Yeah.
It's 2 inches and you're running. You don't even need the raise. Yep, no
Oh,
problem
look
at
at
all.
that. Charles actually made it. So that we can side flank this guy and shoot him.
Also, you're in cover. And he doesn't have cover for you. So the easiest thing to do there is give yourself a +4 to shoot him. That's the easiest way to get
shoot him.
just to negate his cover. It's a hit with a raise as you basically completely negate his cover and shoot him in the flank. With a heroic
I'm
jump across the
absolutely
water.
repulling that. It keeps bouncing away from the sixes. I'll take that.
You've done it again, haven't you? You blasted them right out of the gravity so they end up landing on the floor above you. Fritz!
I know what it's like to fall down. I want to make sure they do too.
Don't forget they're technically falling up because you're all fighting on the ceiling.
I'm just attractive people.
The grossly unfairness of being large. The Savage Worlds game.
2 wounds and scale. I'm fucked.
Okay, Tropican Bandit is going to again swing his long. Actually, he's getting desperate now. He's going to wildly attack. That didn't do him any good, did it? Okay, this one needs to make an agility check to recover, which he fails. But the bumps and bruises already taken as he goes down the river. Crashing and being carried by the stream. That's another -2 to that. Oh dear. He's really getting bashed and bruised and carried away down the fast flowing river. Okie dokie. This guy is going to come to there. I'm going to say you're getting light cover from the corner of that rock. He attempts to flank you. He doesn't completely negate the cover. You duck down. Why did that? I just turned. I got hit with a raise and rolled the shooting dice again. Oh dear! Oh dear! How was that?
Confusing.
Oh, you're cheating, are you?
I'm not cheating. I was just checking something.
2 wounds on Charles. Just suddenly saw jab. I just suddenly saw. I didn't see anyone connect and suddenly start trying to create characters in the middle of my game. And there's
Great character called Jab.
It's a ghost.
just so you know, human isn't a race option in Flash Core. You should be looking for is Earthling, not human. Relic admires your heroic dive across the river, but she decides that a much quicker way to get over to where you were taking advantage of the flanking you did there is she literally dives back onto her, the flying board, and literally flies across the cave. As she goes, she takes a pot shot at the bandit, missing, and then dives down into cover next to Charles. This bandit here is going to have to move around to get clear of three, and gets to there. And still can't take a pot shot at anyone. Lizarus is no longer shaken.
Lizarus is tired of shooting at things. He's going to move over to here and rip the crap out of bandit number 5 with his claws.
Fair enough.
And to use the second one in offhand. Oh, I didn't target him. Dang it.
That's okay. 2 hits. 2 hits.
Doing absolutely nothing. Wonderful.
Oh, dear. I've just got a mental image of you, Lizarus. You just walk up to the guy and, for some uncanny reason, just close your eyes and just rapidly flap your hands at him ineffectually. Okie dokie, Victor, you're up. Ah, no, that sound effect means Victor is extending his conviction.
So, try something different. I'm going to grab bandit number 5.
I guess what you're going to do. Tell us, are you going to throw him in the river?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm expecting you to do. Start throwing him in the river.
Would my martial arts bonus apply to this? Because I'm grabbing, like I said, I'm grabbing him.
I don't believe it technically does for.
No, technically it does.
So he's always considered armed, gains +1 striking with them and causing strength plus damage. What are you planning to do?
Literally, I am going to grab him, and if that works, then since we are in low gravity, I'm going to swing him as a weapon at drug.
Wow. I mean, you could certainly grab him like so. The narrative for the low gravity was just trying to work out why the guy had a long falling sound effect. But yeah, you can still grab him.
Right. I don't think it's going to matter too much.
No, I don't think so either. Athletics. It's not a test. It's a boost.
Well, it's a contested roll.
Exactly. That's what I meant. No, because the point is combat tracker defaults to a test. So I just had to change it from agility to athletics, and I just had to click on test to make it a pose roll because it's an opposed roll, a grapple.
Right, so he is not just grabbed; he is bound.
He's bound. Which does make
and
you
then I
vulnerable.
will use him as I said, a cudgel against Drog.
Okay, that will count as a large improvised weapon. A fighting roll at -2. And strength plus D8 damage. Both of them.
Yeah, let's give that another.
Hit with raise. So you have you got anything that does strength plus D8 damage at the moment? Yeah, you're martial artist.
Martial artist, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you're going to do strength plus d8 damage plus a raise to both of them. You technically hit them both with each other, if that makes sense. So roll again, and I'll just apply one to one and one to the other.
Oh, I should.
So I thought it was going to do the raise damage automatically. Okay. So
Turned it because I rolled it and turned it off. So
that's
14.
Oh, of course it did. Okay, so you do 11 points of damage for Drog, and you 14 points of damage to Tropican Bandit. So let's find him. Into 15. Okay, so basically, yeah, using Tropican Bandit, you incapacitate Tropican Bandit when you use him to hit Drog. Drog takes 11 points of damage, which would shake him. The other, you pick up the other bandit and hit Drog, and unfortunately, there's a large snap from your improvised weapon. The sound of breaking.
I'm not sure how
breaking bones.
unfortunate that is, but okay.
Now,
Unfortunate for the
But my
bandit. I
common
mean,
Well, it's unfortunate for Tropican Bandit number 5.
exactly.
for the common knowledge, does Drog and Zumar need to be taken alive to be turned in?
I don't believe there's any. As I say, there are no bounties as such. I don't believe anyone would be really upset if they're terminally inconvenienced, shall we say.
I was just wondering, do we need to bring them like alive, intact, or just their heads to 4 points?
Well, we probably want to bring their whole body, but beyond that, I don't think anybody really cares.
I think breathing is optional.
Okay. I'm not worried about the bandits. They're probably not worth that much anyways.
That is a hit. That is a success. It's not a miss. Don't worry. That's another wound taken off Fritz.
Yeah, heal Fritz up and then move back into cover.
Certainly.
Oh, that's another 3 off. Make that 11. And that is the end of my turn. Where is it? Ting.
Okay, Zumal's going next. Enough. Taken 2 wounds, so most he can do is 4.
Are you signed up to the Savage Worlds Media Network, Kevin?
Yes.
You need to have a look.
Somewhere. Looked at it for a while.
No, you're not in it. You've got to have the words on YouTube. You've got to have the words Savage Worlds in the title for it to work.
Oh, the hashtag. I hashtag that all the time. Oh, it's got to actually be in the title of the video, has it?
Yeah, it's really weird, but it only works
Okay.
when it says Savage Worlds in the title.
Okay. I'm signed up for it. Anyway, Zumar, what's that? And Drog is
Right,
no
these
longer.
are good fantasy grounds instead of these other things. I think they're good.
Okay, I'll have to stop. Okay, I've hit this Riz with Drog's hit this Riz with his axe. Cool, toughness 12. That's excessive. It literally hits him and just sort of clangs off Drog's this Riz's hide, I should say. Right, let's see what Tropican Bandit number 1 can do. Well, I think he can literally just basically fail miserably at recovering. So heading down the river. I'm not worried about what's going to happen, basically. Over 5 inches, anything over 4 inches means basically just take a point of fatigue. Makes the game run quicker for me. Dash to there, and I'm going to cross over it. Oh dear. Yeah, go on. I'm going to be really cruel. Spend one of the NPCs. I should always not do that. Fortunately, it didn't turn out
Threw
as
away
bad as
all
I
my
thought.
hard work.
Well, when it rolled a 10, I thought this could be bad. Fortunately, it only ended up being a 12. Fritz, I'm afraid you have a crossbow bolt potentially sticking out the middle of your chest. You avoid it at the very last second.
Okay.
See,
Why is
I see.
crossbow
Shooting
damage
like
showing
bullying
as
me.
short
Bullying
damage?
me. Bounced off my. I went out and saw it. I've just flexed my pecs and it bounced off.
There you
He flexes
go.
his pecs and it bounces off. There we go. Right. Right. This guy here is going to go for it. Doesn't have athletics. What's the distance? It's 2 inches. Has just enough run up. What he needs is a straightforward agility check, which he makes. Jumps clear across the fast-flowing river. Lands, draws
Looks like
his
he
longsword.
swerved there. It doesn't look like he followed the curve of the.
And then
Swerved a
hits.
little bit at the end. And I think there was a little rock in the way. He might have tripped over.
I'm just gonna really skew Elizabeth by the look of things. My word, 19
All that
points.
damage is only only one wound. Yeah.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Elizabeth, kill him. After soaking the wound.
Working on it.
He got tired of almost dying.
Yeah, he wants to for real die.
Terrible. Do you want to say that, Elizabeth, or are you feeling manly
Thank
and
you for
want
the
to take a
penny.
wind? Well, look at that. You can have soaked much more than that single solitary wound there. Okay, and Elizabeth's got the Joker.
Lazarus, before you end your turn, I need you to move.
She worked.
All right, I'll do a little step around to his flank.
Yeah, just don't be next to me. I have fun plans. And might as well try some. Oh good, that put me up nice and high.
No, I am not going to waste the penny. I'll go last.
This is going
Save
first.
the best for last.
So I'm going to try another claw on bandit number 2.
Go for it.
Well, we'll have to pity that one right off the top.
Sorry,
This
it's just
is getting silly.
you know it might be time to do the whole send the dice to jail thing. Oh no, that worked.
And now with the offhand one, see if we can hit him again.
Hang on. Oh, hold fire.
He's got cover. How can you be hitting him if he's got cover?
No. It's okay. As long as you get if you get a 5, you'll hit him. He shouldn't have any cover anymore. But I just had to check the numbers. Unfortunately, they still all would have been misses, even because of your cover rolls, because of the dice. So I've removed his cover now, so off you go.
But I still missed on my offhand shot, right?
Yes, you needed a 5. You got a 4. Cover doesn't. If you'd rolled a 5, I would have changed it to a hit. But you've hit him twice. That's the problem with automated cover and the GM forgetting to turn it on.
worry about too much.
Non-automated
This
cover, I
is
should say.
fine.
Okay, you shake him and then you incapacitate him. Gurgles and dies. Victor is up next.
Right. In my conviction, I'm going to use a setting rule
Oh,
of high adventure.
yes. People forget the setting
I am
rules.
going to sweep.
High adventure, isn't it? By spending a penny, you get a single use of a combat edge.
One-time use of a combat edge, which I'm going to be using sweep.
Go for it.
Oh, I forgot to turn.
Well, you hit Tropicum Bandit number 1, so hopefully, as long as you've got drop targeted now, you can second attack. There we go. Hit them both.
All right.
2 wounds on the bandit as he goes flowing past in the river. And then what do you do to Drog? Wow. 2 wounds on Drog. That's quite a lot. He is going to have to use his last penny. Oh, he's been one hell of a damage soaker there.
There's one less damage roll I have to make. How does that affect the bandit that I'm using as a cudgel?
Oh, and he's already incapacitated.
Well, I know he's already incapacitated, but since I'm still using him and hitting him against people, I just wanted.
I'm
He
going to
just wants to make sure that he's not falling apart yet.
I think he's falling apart. So let's put it that way.
Okay.
What is a bandit's toughness? That would be because you already did a number of
Toughness is
wounds.
6.
He's probably lost a limb.
Okay, so he's still functional. Good.
I think he's still functional. Yeah, I think we'll say he's still. Yeah, each additional wound. He's got 4 limbs, so. Okay. Relic. Actually, let's go with another. Let's do another nice setting technically here, and I do believe that's an NPC has a skill I can put. That's what I'm supposed to do. Relic basically is, as I say, flew across on her Magno board, landed next to Charles after taking a pot shot while at this bandit, Tropicum bandit over here. Obviously, missing him, realizes she's not a very good shot. Noticing that Charles is a much better shot, she basically grabs hold of Charles and plants a big kiss on him and then says, "For luck," giving Charles a +1 trait bonus. The only thing she didn't do was swing across a rope across a chasm while holding a princess after saying that. Anyway, Fritz, you're up. But interplanetary romance is meant something I'm supposed to include in most adventures, and I completely forgot about that. So I did it in now. Fritz, you're up. After accidentally moving your character sheet. Probably better off wading in there and just smacking the poop out of them. That's a hit.
One more for luck. I don't think these guys are rubbish.
No, you're not blowing on them. That's the problem. Do you
Oh,
remember
yeah,
those
it's 'cause
claw
too hot.
dice? Do you remember the claw dice? If you bought the claw dice, the first time you used them, they were ridiculous. As we used in Rippers. Well, that's a wound, and he's out of bennies, so he takes a wound.
And I'll step back into cover and
Hesher's next. Okay, what's Hesher up to? Hesher's going to step out of cover. Fire a crossbow bolt at you. And step back into cover. Really nice. It's because you tried to hide behind that tiny little rock there. That's the problem. I've worked it out. Look, it's such a small rock you're hiding behind. Oh, glass jaws doesn't help either.
Oh,
You're not having a good day, are you?
I'm having a fantastic day.
I shall give you a consolation Benny and soak in one of your wounds. You're back up to 3 again. Tropican Bandit. Ah, Tropican Bandit. Can he recover? No, he can't. Tropican Bandit continues flowing down the river. Oh, that's
Wounded and freezing. He soon. Yeah, exactly.
incapacitated by the final bumps and bruises.
He's
Grog.
running away.
Grog unshakes. It goes, I'll keep them busy, Zuba. You get to safety. I've always wanted to dismantle a robot, he says as he completely fails to damage fixer. Charles, you have a +1 trait bonus.
Charles is going to swing over to this side of the rock. Take an aim at, let's see, he's 9 inches. Let's go ahead and shoot
Oops.
the one in the back.
Hang on. Yep, hang on. Let me just turn off his cover. There we go. That's
There
your
we go.
cover. I've just turned off. Turning off your cover by mistake. Sorry.
All good.
His cover. There, his cover is off. Got him flanked. If you were playing XCOM 2, he would be in yellow.
Oh, good grief. Can't even shake him? Come on. No, apparently I can't.
It's that -1 every single time. That's just
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the problem with the 38 pistol
Yeah.
in this setting, yeah.
It's probably time
Okay.
to pick up. I mean, these guys, there'll be a lot of ray gun pistols lying on the ground after this fight.
Yeah, but Charles isn't sure he trusts all this fancy newfangled tech stuff.
Not new. It's alien.
Yeah, whatever.
Why? Oh, that's the damage. I was going to say, why didn't that take into account the range? There we go. So you didn't get hit. You didn't take any damage because basically the rock in front of you absorbs the shot. Really? Annoying. Fire is up.
Well, rinse and repeat.
God, I know you're going to be back. I'll just.
Oh, maybe. Damn it.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
All right. We got a
You
lot
come
here.
out of cover. You come out of
Let's
cover.
spend it.
Walk up to
Let's
Fritz.
do a better score this time. No, of course not.
You come out of cover. Heal Fritz. Go back into cover and wait for him to take another get shot again.
Yeah, at the end of my turn.
Let's face it. You are keeping him alive. Oh, looks like you're going first.
Because I've got 4 wounds, I can
Oh,
survive longer than all you noobs.
You are easier to hit. Oh, that reminds me.
Easy to hit and harder to kill. Yeah, it's just kind of like need some proper armor.
Well, we'll do that again. Oh, Lazarus goes first, so let's let Lazarus go
I
first.
bennied my move.
Not only have you bennied your move, you've done it in the best way possible for the party. Yourself a joker.
Thank you.
Which means you get a Benny back and everyone else gets a Benny.
I'm going to pull out my handy dandy fire rifle, one that probably will not work underwater, by the way. And
For it. He hasn't got
Don't look
cover.
any
He
that
hasn't.
way.
Hold up. He hasn't got cover. For sure. He's out in the open. So let's get rid of the cover, which means your shot was a 4 plus 2, 6. So minus. Yeah, you hit. Cover wouldn't apply to him. -2 for medium range would mean that's a hit. Okay. Now you see the whole point of this guy running and getting a really crap run roll is he didn't get close enough to this guy to go, "Look out, sir," and dive in front of the shot, which is very annoying. Fortunately, Zuma has 1 Benny left. And it's not going to save him.
Excellent. It saves me from trying to have to grab him with the telekinesis.
that's me.
All
It's
right.
a good shot at long range there. How much was your flame gun rifle, wasn't it?
Yes, my fire rifle.
A bit of fun with that then. Oh, actually, let's do that. No, I don't have to put a little burning flower there. You just incapacitate him. You don't set him on fire. The fire moves to there.
Yep.
It's Fritz again.
Takes away one of them.
Indeed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Hey. Charles, you're up.
Don't know why it does that. Just bizarre. 8 and 5.
Well, I was doing a lot better shooting these closer guys, so.
He's just getting a hit with rays instantly.
And a massive damage roll.
Down he goes.
And then Charles.
Is this a new thing? Pace on the character sheet now shows your wounds and affects it without it being actually shows it.
Ooh.
Because I've got a wound, it says wounds pace -1.
Oh yeah, nice. No, I think that's always been in there.
It affected it before, but it didn't show it before.
Yeah.
It only showed it if you made like a running roll.
It did, yeah.
But now it shows it on the actual character sheet.
Yeah, it's showing. I think it modifies the pace on the character sheet.
Yeah, Mike's making it dynamic to combat, so it changes on the fly.
Uh, he needs to make either a strength or athletics check. Yeah, well,
Okay. Not. I am not targeted, that's fine. Treat it as a test. That's okay. You're going to grapple him. He's going to make an athletics roll for.
oh, no, not grappling him.
Wow, straight for athletics, same difference. He resists. I mean, same difference. Still an opposed check is what I mean.
No, it's still a opposed check. I'm just cursing him for succeeding.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. Okie doke. I'm
As
afraid he...
what I did was I attempted to do was kick him into the river.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Tropical Bandit. He's running. Killed his boss. He's on the run. He runs off the map, bringing us to Hesha, who throws down his crossbow and stands up with his arms above his head. Fritz remains shaken. He can move, of course. Shaken.
How deep is that water that I've got to jump across?
Waist high for you, probably. Need a raise or you'll land in it. You just don't clear it. So you land with a
No, hang on,
splash
I've got a better idea. Hang on. Cancel that whole move.
That's okay. I was going to say you'll land in the water, but you can clamber out. You've got the movement. You've got the movement range to get around it. I suspect that works.
Now I'm going to shoot at this guy.
You're surrendering.
He's surrendering.
He's standing there with his
Okay,
arms up. He dropped his
Okay.
crossbow and put his hands up. So he shot him anyway. That's easy. Dives down to the ground at the last second, picks up his crossbow, and starts to
Okay,
point
hang
it
on.
at you.
Hang on. I'm not finished yet.
Hey, you play heroic surge just to go again. Or he's going to beat it. He's going to pummel the guy. It's a hit. It's a wound. He avoids your blow from your long sword. Therefore, he probably doesn't draw his crossbow. What he probably does instead is draws a short sword to retaliate. Relic is going to clear its. Oh, makes a silencing check. Successfully. Hang on, that's interesting, bug. Oh, that's terrible. A terrible bug. Found. Parsing bug, that is. Right. Now she might be able to hit something. Oh, it's obviously got the word light in it, so it's treating it as a light power. And she's flying on a magno board through the cave, taking pot shots as she goes. Droog remains shaken. Oh, Hesha got the red joker. And therefore gets a Benny. I get a Benny. He didn't automate it for some reason. That's fine. Probably because I made them neutral. But they're going back to being they're going back to being hostile again. Someone's attacking them after they surrendered.
Couldn't hear them say anything about surrendering. All the gunshots and wounds made me deaf.
It's a wound upon victory as you're stabbed with a short sword. Victor? Fritz, I mean, I apologise. He hasn't got any belly, so it's a little thick wound. Victor's up next. That's obviously well.
Okay.
It's going on much longer than I expected, but it's been a good tactical one. Go for it. By kicking him in the water again.
Yeah.
Just going to hit him. We're just going to beat him to death with an unconscious bandit. Droog should have a Benny because
done a fair number.
just grins at you. Evil way.
Okay.
Yeah, the light power again a sec.
Oh, whoops.
Relic, however, shoots him in the back. What could he take? Oh, he's tough as nails. Fritz, the defender of Arboria, remains shaken. I feel sorry for you.
Oh, hang on, I've got a Benny. Where'd that come from?
DM feeling sorry for you.
I'll unshake. There you go.
Okay, it says the protection powers is about to expire. How do I maintain that?
When it comes
Do
on
I have
to
to
you,
recast?
no, you just have to spend the power point. So if I click that button, it will tell you how many power points you need to spend to keep it going. You just need to spend 5 power points. Escher takes a wound. Okay, Safara. So you spend you spend 5 power points to keep up everyone's protection power, and then that's a free action. Well, that doesn't count as an action, and then you're free to do whatever you want after that. You don't have to heal Fritz.
Yeah, I can't get to him from here. So I'll move over to the stalactite. Oh, wait a minute. There.
You can fly 8 inches, can't you?
Fly 6.
Fly
My
6.
flight
pace,
and my
yeah.
and my pace are exactly the same.
The same. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's just it's an advantage. It's flight, of course, so you get to ignore terrain.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. What am I gonna do? Smart. Everything's. No, I'm just gonna move over here and wait and see if Fritz needs another healing one before he finishes off Hester or whatever her name is.
Fair enough.
I suppose I should go on hold instead of just ending my turn. So I'll hold to the end of the round.
I should put you on hold.
Thank you.
And Liz, you're
What
up next.
shape is Drogue in?
Drogue has taken 4 wounds. He's in a bad way.
Take a little side step here so I'm not in Victor's way and he's not in my line of fire. And I have my fire rifle in my hand, so I'm going to shoot Drogue once.
Correct.
I'd like to shoot more than that, but I can't. Oh, I forgot to target him again. Dang nabbit. 4 hit him.
Let's have a check. Drogue's got any. Drogue's got any. Doesn't have dodge, so yeah, 4 hits.
But I didn't need to spend that penny. Sorry. There you go. A little mead right to the head.
Wait, what am I doing? Just have to do.
And that's my turn.
Okay, I still hear all kinds of zip zaps going on. So I am going. Whoa!
They're dressed in the. They appear to be Tropican soldiers.
Okay, I will come
They're the good
running.
guys.
I will come running through this gap and see those guys and decide I'm really not sure if they're good guys or bad guys. So I will cut over here between these rocks and duck back down.
Okie dokie.
Let me change my plan here just a little bit as I see those guys.
They literally are marching in, literally like you see there. They are marching in rank and column, as it were. Perfect step.
Yep. Left turn, guys. We ain't going that way.
They literally, that is their whole action this turn. They literally just march on.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's my whole action. Holy crap!
Okay. New turn.
Okay, I'd like to come off hold, please.
Certainly.
Is that white crystal right in front of me?
Yes. The white sapphire, yes.
I will remove it.
Let's just have
And
an
then
athletics check
put
to
it in my
prize it
pocket.
loose. Yeah.
Pardon?
Let's make an athletics
Athletics check?
to
Okay.
prize it loose. The old days it would have been strength, but you're not supposed to use strength for tests anymore, are you? Yeah, no problem at all. You pull out the rather large and impressive sapphire. I shall deal you in for this round.
And put it in my pocket.
Okay, you end up going. You basically at the end of that round you come off hold and then instantly get the ace of hearts to begin the new round. You can, of course, go on holding it, or you can take an action. Go on last and go first this round.
I have it in my pocket. I will go on hold.
Okie dokie. It's not what am I looking for? I am looking for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all march forwards. See the gunfight and the fire going on. They sort of get to that position there. They don't act up. They don't act as such. All they do is almost as one. They just draw their weapons, sort of form a defensive perimeter. Lizards, you're up.
There's no more surviving bad guys, is there, that I can see? Did we actually take down Droog here or capture him?
Droog,
I don't think I can see Hisha.
Hisha's
Hisha's sort of hiding behind that rock there with Fritz, so I can't even see him. And the other one is Droog, and he's not looking too healthy, is he?
No, Droog is looking very beat up.
He is a jam spot upon the ground.
I'll sling my weapons and look.
I take it back. You did a wound on him, didn't you? And I forgot to splat him. You did splat him last turn. I apologise.
Yep.
So there is just Hessa left.
So I'll stand up and store my weapons and look towards the incoming troops.
Okay. No problem at all. Relic's basically because Relic's is on the magboard, goes flying down here, gets down pretty much to the same shells, but it gets to there, then suddenly notices all these troops and then tries to zip back. In fact, actually, she climbs rapidly, attempting to reach the floor.
She's got some pace.
She's on a magno board. Fritz, you're engaged in a furious fight with Hesha. You can hear marching jackboots, as it were. Hobnails more than jackboots. Lovely crunch of hobnails on cavern ceilings. So 2 wounds on Hesha. He's out of bennies and therefore can't. You hear a voice go, "Squad, halt!" I've forgotten the name of the ruler of Tropica. I'm just going to find myself who the Tropica is. I think it's Dezira.
Yes, she's the queen.
Yeah. In the name of Queen Dezira, this all participants in this cave shall cease combat immediately. Shouts quietly. Hesha remains shaken and therefore will not act this turn, other than to spit blood at Fritz. Victor, you're up, sir.
I'll go to a rest condition.
Indeed. Charles.
Very tempting, but Charles is just going to go on hold.
I was very concerned as this template starts inching over the NPCs. It's like, this is going to get interesting. Charles goes on hold. Okay. Do Does any this technically will be the end of the turn? Does anyone who's on hold wish to stop being on hold?
No, hold works.
Okay,
Yeah, whole work.
that's fine. I just wanted to make sure. So I'm just going to scroll back. With everyone, I'm going to assume everyone's on technically on hold, unless Fritz you wish to. Well, I'm going to do a new round. If you're on hold, you can stay on hold. Relic is going on hold. Lazarus.
Hold.
Right. Captain Core goes, "We are here to apprehend Zuma and his bandits. By the look of you, you are not in any way affiliated with the bandits, and I can see a number of the bandits lying on the floor. Therefore, I believe it is very much a case of the enemy of my enemy is possibly my friend. If you make no hostile actions, we will take no hostile actions towards you."
You're too late.
And I'm just going to go down to see what Fritz does.
I'm going to grab Hesha and pick him up and walk forward and go, this stop was with her, this bod was with her.
Okay. That's good.
Whatever his name was, Gumazuma.
I am going to clear all action cards. I'm going to unlock tokens. She does basically, she will basically not do any more fighting, not in the sort of sight of all these soldiers.
I'll say to Captain Core, if he turns around, that one behind him is what's left of Zuma, the gun you're looking for.
Indeed. So, aftermath. Let's get to the aftermath. Mystify design. Of course, solutions provide medical aid. Okay, come on, Captain Corval. Well, Safari's healing.
Rolls to take away his wounds.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. As you basically start healing Fritz up, Captain Core starts directing the squad medic to assist Fritz. But as it sees you performing the science goes below that, they obviously are able to look after themselves, but nods at you, Zafar, acknowledging your healing capabilities.
I think you need to drag healing onto yourself again, Zafira, so you get the updated version of the spell. Because if you target me and then click heal, it'll automatically do the wounds. No need for the GM to do it.
Oh, okay. I'll have to try to remember that.
Re-add the power. Yeah.
I've spent 23 years doing it manually. I'm not sorry, 20 years doing it manually. I'm not that long.
I had a different something to do.
This is good. Yeah, I just realised actually this year's my 20th anniversary of using Fantasy Ground. I don't know when I started using it. Actually, it must be around now because we started using Fantasy Grounds because one of the party, one of my regular face-to-face players was going to spend summer in New Zealand. So he'd get up in the morning and play with us and then go and spend the rest of his family. So 20 years ago, probably this month, I started. That deserves Benny's all round, I think. That's a celebration.
Congratulations.
It's my 20th. I'm going to officially say today's the 20th anniversary of using Fantasy Grounds. Wow. Anyway, yes, Captain Core goes, that is a very interesting white sapphire you have sticking out of your pocket there, miss.
No, it's a canoe.
It's supposed to be hidden. He's not supposed to see it.
Make a stealth roll. I'll be nice. I'll make you make your stealth roll.
Oh,
yeah, well,
yeah,
see how well you hit it.
Come on.
Oh. Yeah, fine. Ignore that. He failed. He doesn't actually notice you are concealing what is which basically an item that being found in the kingdom king in Tropica would technically belong to the crown. So therefore, that is not a problem. So therefore, you get to keep the white sapphire. So you're okay on that score. So yes, you are thanked in putting down Zuma and his bandits. Hesha is handed over and marched away. Obviously, you are escorted. You are given the. They also offer to escort you back to.
Oh, did
To the
we
queen.
find Darius's hoverboard or whatever it's called?
Yes, you did. Yes, relic. Relics.
good.
Relic will have the.
That was what
hoverboard.
Relic really wanted. So
Yeah. Yep. Map of the planet Mongo. Desirous Planet. You made your account on the forums July the 29th. Okay, so it's a month early then. I'm impressed you. I forgot to look that up. Okay, so I did it a month early, but there you are. So next month is officially the 20th anniversary. So there, I've already given you the award bennies now. So
Oh, you can't. You have to remember to give us extras later.
So okay, so it's only been 24 years and 11 months I've been using Fantasy Grounds. 19 years and 11 months. My brain's melting, although not as bad as it should be. 29.9 degrees right now.
It's cool today, isn't it?
For the record, when I woke up this morning and came in this room, it's the mad zone where all the computers and the NAS boxes are. It was 35 degrees, so getting it down 5 degrees, I'm very happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Good to think that the
So you did
electricity-
get your.
Couldn't get
you
any
did
sympathy
your
from my
AC.
American friends. They're like, I'm from California. Yeah, 31's not hot.
Yes, but I suspect you, unlike them, don't have air conditioning in your room.
No, I definitely don't have air. I've got a window.
I do. I bought a portable air conditioning unit, and it's got the temperature.
Jammy kid.
It's got the temperature down to under 30, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah. I can't stand it when it gets up over 27.
Yeah.
27 is my max. At that point, the heat pump comes on and gets turned to cooling.
I mean, the only reason I'm cool is I've got it positioned so the cool air's going over me, but it's actually properly cool air. And it has knocked 5 degrees off, but I've got so many NAS boxes and wide screens and heat generation in here. The fact that it can actually knock 5 degrees off, I'm impressed by. If I turned everything off, I reckon it really would cool the room down because I've got the smallest, quietest unit. But anyway, and the portable units are grossly inefficient, but I'm happy because I haven't died and my computer hasn't shut down like it did the day before. The 24 hours I had to wait while well, it didn't actually thermal shut down, but it was starting to act up. Anyway. Well, congratulations! You have successfully done that. So I think what we shall do is as you're taken back to. As you are escorted by Captain Core and his men back to the capital. So I'll let. Has everyone got their plan there, or does anyone need a bit of plan out the next? See, Charles gained common bond. Vix has increased agility. Lizarus has got to pick an advance, and Fritz got an advance. Oh, Fritz gained Bruiser. There we go. So it looks like Lizarus is the only one who's got to pick an advance, but that's okay. So everyone can basically be happy and effects are. So let's just clear all this. It's a couple of days later. You've been guests of Queen Desira in her palace, and obviously. You have received a couple of updates, while I remember. You received a few updates with regards to abductions. The notes on that. On the trail. Okay. So apparently, with the information that you provided and the way to track things, the Freemen started re-examining situation. So a report's come in from some of the Freemen that are working in underwater in Corelia. Apparently, a young boy named Meron saw mysterious figures. Sorry, Meron was whisked away from the depths by mysterious figures. They disappeared into a cavern shunned by the locals for fierce beasts found within. The Freemen basically, unfortunately, were unable to recover the boy Meron as they were attacked by various underwater creatures, including an octosac. By the time they fought the octosac off, they did find a tunnel, an air tunnel that actually had air inside and actually had literally a way back to the surface, as it were. And they found basically evidence of rocket burns in Mingo City.
Who?
Rocket burns. So obviously, a rocket landed there. So
All right.
Identical emanations of the cyclones that you found have been detected in the Sky City Arboretum. The gardeners, when questioned, reported they knew nothing of the device, but do recall a group of Ming soldiers frequenting the area recently. On one occasion, apparently it's been reported they were accompanied by a high-ranking officer in a gold mask. And on Kira, due to the information provided, a previous event where a teenage girl and her boyfriend, Ara Aruin, were thought to have been eaten by a gokko while hiking in the nearby mountains some weeks earlier. The locals, with information provided by yourselves, reinvestigated the scene. Reinvestigated, and it's reported that around the same time the children went missing, a rocket ship was seen blasting off. So, further investigations uncovered a hunter who claimed to have seen an Imperial officer with a golden mask and 3 soldiers near the gokko cave. The beast itself, the hunter explains, the actual gokko in question, has not been in that cave, used in that cave for at least the last year. So, obviously, the original report of obviously the gokko got them is obviously now known to be rubbish. However, they at this time they haven't recovered any more information and promised to update you if anything else comes through. It's a pleasant day. You're relaxing in one of the plazas of the capital near the palace. Can I have? Oh yes, Central Bazaar. In fact, can I have some notice checks? And Safari, you're obviously enjoying your drink a bit too much, but everyone else notices there seems to be some sort of commotion going on the far side of the bazaar. There seems to be an individual sort of staggering and babbling to themselves, and basically just sort of grabbing individual people and just babbling at something about. Well, you can't hear from over here, and obviously it seems to be causing upset. At this distance, none of you recognise the individual. He seems to be sort of being pushed around by the locals, not in a harmful way, but just seeming to causing inconveniences and disturbing people. Continues staggering across the central bazaar towards you. You get the impression he's noticed you and he's heading towards you purposefully. What to do?
Well, then we should see what the fellow wants.
Okay, as he gets closer, you recognise him as Talzandro. He was one of the individuals. He's known to be a member of the Freemen. He's a scout, working in Tropica. He hasn't been. He hasn't been seen for a number of weeks, but that's quite normal for him because he goes out deep into the forbidden forest and searching, the jungle that locals call on missions and stuff. And he wasn't reported missing or anything. As he comes closer, you hear he's babbling about singing stones and walking trees and a great glass temple hidden deep within the forest. As he reaches you, Lizris, he drops a crystal into your hand before collapsing at your feet. The crystal it appears to be some sort of crystal shard. Seems to be humming as you hold it in your hand. As you sort of examine it a bit more closely, a tremor ripples across your feet and shaking the whole area. And one all turns towards the jungle and goes quiet.
Well, support him, sort of palm the crystal, and head back to the rest of the group.
Indeed, it would appear some of the palace guards have noticed this fellow, and Captain Core comes over. Say this. He does this. Oh, it's he appears to be in a bad way. He's also apparently unconscious. He goes, I can arrange to have him taken to the infirmary and looked after.
Okay, I'll do a healing to stabilize him.
And I'll assist with my first aid.
Mm-hmm. He appears just to be unconscious and still slightly delirious, even in.
We'll go up to Captain Corn and say, "We got this."
We have seen individuals come out. People have come out of the forest like this before, and unfortunately, we've never found anything that helps them. Seem to go into themselves and they seem incapable of feeding or looking after themselves. But that's your wish, then I'm happy to lead you to it. He nods and marches on.
Like, can we take him back to our quarters or something where we can do, feed him, make sure he's, drink, food and water, that type of stuff. If he's been having problems, just generally look after him until he comes conscious.
Well, they have an infirmary or something here somewhere. Wouldn't he do better there?
Well, no, let's leave him under personal care since he's sort of one of ours. Nod, nod, wink, wink.
Okay.
Has anyone got any contacts in the area? I mean, obviously you can. I didn't know if anyone's got any edges or cards about contacts. But some people might have.
Well, there is Relic.
Don't. Yep. There is Relic. Yep. You can. Relic does owe you one, so you could leave him with Relic. Do that. I'm supposed to give everyone bennies. I only just noticed.
Thank you.
If you want to see the amusing, unfortunately, if you want to see the amusing the artwork, and obviously you're a player and actually have access, like Discord, you can see the artwork that's been. Unfortunately, if you're on the stream, you can't. But just to understand, it was a nice bit of photoshopped of Flash Gordon clip art. Anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going into the Forbidden Forest, it would probably be better to leave what's his name in the infirmary. If we're not going to be here to actually look after him, in the hospital is probably the best place for him to be.
Well, yes, but I like to sort of keep him in our custody, shall we say, until we've had a chance to fully debrief him on what's going where and when. Because he's obviously found something in the forest. Maybe he can give us, a little bit better clue of where to look, etc.
Well, that is true.
Any other thoughts, folks?
No, not in particular.
Well, we could also take him to the infirmary and have somebody sit with him.
Yeah.
That way, people who have dealt with this in the past can deal with it now, and one of us can be there to make sure that if he regains consciousness, we can get any information he has.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. I'm good either way.
What's in the? He gave you a shard or something, a crystal shard or something, right?
He did.
Yeah, pass that to you because you've got the Mongomancy here. See what you can make of that.
And I will see what I can do with the between the mongomancy and with the crystal sensitivity.
Okay, I'll
See
make
what I
a
can-
make a Mongomancy roll. Okay, as you hold hold the crystal shard in your hands, and you examine it, it's quite strange. It's not like a type of crystal you recognise, or in your experience. Something seems it's racist in you. In fact, it almost seems like it's somehow organic, but you're not sure what. You suddenly get an image of a spire of glass fused with jungle roots, deep part of the jungle. Then you just see a set of red eyes suddenly seem to turn and stare at you, draining intensity until you suddenly. It's very advisable to stop focusing on the crystal. You basically, from everyone else's perspective, you glare into the crystal for probably less than a second, and then sort of jump with a start as you look away from it, slightly urgently.
Well, I explained to the others what I saw. I don't know if it's his memory embedded into the crystal or just what, but that was the image I got. And something with really nasty red eyes that I don't want to be staring at for long.
Another evil broods in the jungle.
Yeah. And explain about the spire and stuff like that.
Almost like the GM's
we
running
need
out of ideas.
we need to a local for local knowledge to do they have any idea what that could be or where at what and where that could be?
So, are you taking Tal to the infirmary then? Is that the plan? And look after him and.
Yes, that's what Charles is going to advocate for.
Yeah, I think that I agree. I think that would be the best idea because we don't know when or quote if, unfortunately if he will wake up, and these people obviously have previous experience with it. I really don't think we're going to get much else out of him right now, and the longer we wait, the more people may wind up disappearing.
Obviously, you believe in democracy, so I've put a vote up. That appears to be an anonymous vote. Well, it's already 3-2, so 4-2, 4-1 in favour. Oh, unanimous. The vote is carried. Okay, you drop off Tal at the infirmary. You've been unable to communicate with him. He's whenever he wakes up, he just basically mentions walking trees and singing stones. The last thing he said, oh, someone's changed it to a note, so it's 4-1, that's fine. The last thing he says is, Steve, it doesn't come too clear, but it sounds like he said the forest engulfed, jungle engulfed them, I should say. And obviously, you explain the situation. There's a shimmering in the air, says Joe Rama. It must be invisible bennies. we better cast spell magic and make them visible, hadn't we?
Thanks, Joe.
In fact, yeah. What you explain the situation. They obviously mentioning Captain Core that it helps, and they promise that they will keep the captain involved. And as you I was trying to thought reading the text now. At the very last, he goes. He looks up where the jungle is merging with life itself. Unity is its only survival. He loses consciousness again. As you get outside of the infirmary, there appears to be a number of armed guards waiting for you. They are not wearing the uniform of Tropican military. They are not Queen Desira's soldiers. They appear to be dressed as in a slightly different uniform. You think that means these are guards that of the governor. He obviously being the governor.
AKA Imperial.
Technically speaking, he probably officially works at the as a liaison back to the Imperial Palace. The Imperial Palace. The sergeant of the guard says, "You are cordially invited by Governor Thun for a meeting with him."
Well, we shouldn't be declining the invitation, I don't think.
Indeed. So you're taken across the city to considerably less impressive building than obviously the Queen's Palace, but it definitely get the impression that over time attempts to make it appear more grandiose. School but only make it look more gaudy have been achieved. You're escorted into an anteroom where to wait, and after only a few minutes, you're escorted into the office of the Governor Thun. A huge, impressive portrait of Ming the Merciless is on the wall behind the governor. His desk is elevated, as is his chair, so it's even when seated, his head is 6 feet off the ground. Obviously, Fritz still gets to look down at him. The rest of you means even while seated, he's either at eye height or above your eye height, as it were, as you come in. He's a rather large and portly individual. You get the distinct impression that he's enjoying having a very sedentary governorship here, as it were. Obviously, Queen Desira is forced to acknowledge Ming and therefore accept the governor, but he's not a governor in the traditional sense that he has any real power as such, but it's all political and all that. He basically picks up some report and goes, "So these are the individuals that have proved useful to the Queen, are they?" He looks up and goes, Earthling, Charles, and Liz Victor. He takes a long stare at Victor and makes a note. It says, makes some note there. You're not sure what it states. And then obviously a hawkman said there. Okay, well, I formally require you. I think it's probably yes. I formally require you to investigate this strange
my
tremor.
friend behaving funny.
Why?
I formally require you.
I formally require you to investigate the strange tremor that took place earlier today. And from the report I have here, the unnerving and disruptive influence that Tal Zandro was causing while wandering through the city in a distressed state, babbling about singing stones and walking trees. It is of deep concern to myself that the Forbidden Forest area is, how should we put this? There's always an area of superstition to the locals. Therefore, I think we should investigate with a purely scientific and rational explanation for what's going on there. He then picks up another piece of paper and says, in addition, it would appear that Baron Cassin has already set out on an expedition. He is a interesting fellow, and he wishes to replace Queen Desira as monarch here, and he's always attempted to curry favour with Ming the Merciless, and unfortunately he's a disreputable fellow, untrustworthy, proved to be untrustworthy to both the Queen and Ming, and therefore is probably a risk to both. Therefore, if anyone should happen to have any strange loyalties, he says, he looks at it, it would possibly be acceptable to multiple causes to prevent the Baron using this for any power. In fact, it's worrying what he might find. The problem is we don't know. In fact,
nefarious character.
Indeed. In fact, it should also be noted that the Forbidden Forest is indeed a dangerous area, and I would suggest that you do not venture too deeply into it, for it is meant to be a very dangerous and dark place. But if you perform this task for me, I will forget to file the reports back to the Imperial City that you were in Tropic. Does that sound?
Deal. Plus a bag of gold each.
Alas, I am not. I am not blessed with a large stipend from the Emperor. Alas, he has been reducing it time to time. I suspect that is because I'm very good at forgetting to file reports about people who would be of interest to their secret.
I was only kidding about the gold. Yeah, we'll do it.
He goes, expect a full report to myself first before you report to anyone else upon your. Thank you. And, the door behind you opens.
We'll make our way out.
Can I have some notice checks?
I guess I'm too busy glaring at the governor to notice anything else.
Indeed. Charles got the raise from my oh, and Sapphira. Charles and Sapphira both got raises on the opposed. You definitely get the impression that the governor isn't happy that this is shedding focus on the Forbidden Forest. Almost as if there's something suspicious going on in there. That the governor may know more about the forest than he's letting on. You're not sure what. He doesn't seem happy.
Politician that knows more than he's letting on sounds like nonsense to me.
No, it's more about the fact he's unhappy that he's having to send people into the Forbidden Forest. Is the impression I'm trying to get.
I'm just having a dig at politicians.
I know, that's all. That's all good.
They're all arseholes.
Indeed. As you exit the palace, you'll give a courier appears with a missive from see him at the earliest opportunity. He's at the barracks.
Yeah, we'll go hit the barracks up. I mean,
Yep.
He goes, it would appear that you had a meeting with our illustrious governor. Would you mind letting me know what he's asked of you? Just concerned that it might have implications for Queen and her association with mutual.
Well, we'll basically tell him what the governor wants us to do. He wants us to go
he's
and
wanting us to check out what this shaky bit was.
Yep.
And see if we can figure out what what's his name was freaking out about.
And I think he knows a little bit more about it than what he actually told us, but he's withholding.
Well,
So
indeed.
we'd really like the Queen's blessing, so we can all be on the good side of everybody and go off and investigate this.
Well, indeed. Well, yes. I mean, the Forbidden Forest. It lies in the center of Tropica. It's a nigh impenetrable forest, so thick that its trees, so thick are its trees that even Queen Desira has officially stated she wants no part of it. In fact, attempts in the past to send soldiers into it only resulted in the need for new soldiers. So, and all attempts to tame the forest have been given up. And in fact, it is primarily an area of that no one should is not out of bounds, but it's not an area anyone's recommended. So I wish you'll be very careful when entering the place for. Although the Queen does request, and myself as well, the Queen does request that upon your return you report any findings to me first before you speak to anyone else, if that's acceptable.
You're the Queen.
Obviously,
Well, Queen's Guard, but yes.
Queen's Guard. Would anyone like to make notice checks?
I'd love to make a notice check.
Charles
I got a
fails on the fact he didn't get a 4. But it should be okay. So even a 5 is a success against Captain Core. Basically, unfortunately, Captain Core likes you and trusts you, and you can tell you're not at all happy. He's obviously been ordered in order that he wouldn't go against. So you obviously get the impression it's probably come from the Queen that that he's been told not to tell you something. You can't help but think that what he's not telling you is possibly related or even possibly the same as what the governor isn't telling you. So you get the impression there's obviously some big secret inside this forest that everyone obviously knows about, but no one wants to talk. However, he says, based on the, he goes, based on what we understand and some strange comments that Tal made, we understand that the location is not far into the forest, and you would be able to easily just get there by sort of skirting around the edge and then making a move inland. You probably, yes, we recommend you head towards Placidia and then head inland that way. We suspect it will basically, like, from information, we reckon if you follow the river, head south from Presidia and follow the river into the forest and just continue on that river, which I don't have a name. That should take you to the central area, and is probably the easiest way to reach the center of the Forbidden Forest area. Probably the best way to go. Anyone like to make a common knowledge check? Bing wants
Sorry, what kind of check?
common knowledge. Bing wants you to give bennies to the GM and the enemy wild cards. I like that one. You're obviously someone called at that point. Someone requests the captain call is called away as you're escorted out of the barracks. Zafira got it. You remember something that one of the rocket there was a rocket ship crew that landed in Sky City some time back when you overheard it. It was obviously apparently this rocket crew reported spotting magnificent cities down among the trees inside the Forbidden Forest. Which is interesting because under those you've never heard of cities inside the Forbidden. And in fact, one of them was rumored to glow that glowed at night. You've never heard any tales of cities found within. So people claim to have seen them while flying overhead. There's obviously something strange going on there. But it's probably nothing to do with this adventure, so I wouldn't worry too much.
What happened to that atomic pistol?
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. That's a very good point. What did the bad guys have? Good point.
And how big was that crystal? The white sapphire. I assume that's a power crystal.
That's probably something that you will have to arrange to return to Dr. Zarkov and stuff. You definitely want to experiment on, I suspect. Quite large. I will check. Kingdoms of Mongo, Savage Tales. Really embarrassing. Okay, the Tropican treasure. So, what was the story about it? Obviously, Reddit will probably after all the fun and games. Reddit doesn't. So it was the biggest, a huge white sapphire, the biggest I've ever seen. As big as well, she said it was as big as her head. So it's quite a large white crystal. Be quite heavy. So you will assume you had it returned to thingy. Unless you want to hold on to it. So you can't. Let's have a look. So
I don't really need to worry about anything until I get to another. The one that crystal I currently have will hold up to 30 power points. So I'm still.
I'm sure. Obviously, I am very certain about returning a crystal that probably stores a couple of 100 power points back to Dr. Zarkov. That's, you could quite easily requisition a larger one when the time comes. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Okay. I will do so.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's say 6 of them. 6 of them. Okay.
Spend the next few days charging up Victor's power crystals for
Oh,
him?
you would have had a chance to do that. Okay, on the party sheet, I popped in the atom pistols,
as well
ray
as
gun
my own
pistols.
ray gun,
Yeah.
and anyone else's that needs charging.
Any equipment, basically, Victor, if you want to nab that atom pistol, or anyone else does, I suggest you go into there and nab it now. If anyone else wants to grab any equipment from the party sheet, let me know. Otherwise, we'll assume you return it all to Dr. Zarkov. Obviously, forward you a reward for the returns, i.e., I'll sell the stuff. 75%. If anyone wants to grab anything from the party sheet tab, inventory tab, before I sell it all, now's the time to nab it.
I have a question from something from past.
Yes.
The sapphire dagger that I picked up with the moleman. How
Oh, yes.
sharp is that? Is that any kind of armor piercing value?
It's probably rather nice and ornamental, but probably would be damaged on a critical failure. And why not? We'll give it an AP of 1. Why not?
That's sort of one of the reasons I sort of kept it. It's something that be, a really nice sort of really good piece of flint crystal type of penetration.
Yes. Yeah. So if you want to just take a standard knife/dagger, pop it on your character sheet, rename it to the sapphire crystal dagger, give it an AP1, and just put a note in on a critical failure. It loses a point of damage until obviously it's not used. You know what I mean? Because I think it does D4 damage, so after 4 critical failures, it will break. What I'm trying to say. It's fragile, but it's brittle, I should say. Is everyone happy with their purchases? I mean, not purchases. Is everyone happy with taking equipment on the party sheet before I sell stuff and give you a chance to go shopping before you go on the expedition? There's some stuff you can buy here that certain people might be interested in. I am going to sell what we got there and then share that out. You each got 29 Mingos each there. That's not bad. So there is some interesting items because we're after the interested in the getting some more limpid grenades. But what I did notice, Kingdoms of and in Tropico, they do have some unique items you can. Player's guide. So obviously, Tropican gear. Tropican gear. You can get your Magno boards and homing T-row, whatever that is. Oh, yeah, homing T-rows are means of carrying, delivering messages and parcels. They're quite expensive, so you probably won't worry about those. Tropican weapons, spiral blades. You can get spiral blades here if you want. I'll share that. I'll share out the spiral blade. What? There it is. So what is it? It's a ranged weapon. Under Tropican ranged weapons, you've got Explosol, flame gun rifles. Share that out as well. You've also got Trianamite.
Oh, what's that?
It's sold by the cube or case.
Dynamite, but Trinamite.
Yeah. A demolitionist may use up to 8 self-adhering cubes as a single throwable weapon.
I like the Explosol, thank you.
You can buy it for you can get it for the listed prices. I'm not going to. You're trusted, and you can get it through Barracks. So, So, for example, 3 cubes of Trinamite inflict 2d8 plus 2 damage, up to 7 cubes, causing damage in a medium blast template. About 8 cubes and above increases the affected area to a large burst. So there you go.
In regards to the spiral blade, the notes talk about it getting stuck in a body. What would be the mechanics behind that?
I dread to think. For a weapon of war and civilization is a cutting weapon, cause great deal of harm. Hands of a master, spiral blade strikes first time, causing a terrible wound, locking itself into shredded flesh. The subsequent twisting drives the blade deeper. Once the spiral blade becomes embedded in the victim's body, why those who keep dangling. Locking itself into the shredded flesh. I imagine it's one of the. I would imagine that after it's locked in, it can't be removed out in combat. If that makes sense. Do you know what I'm going to say? I think that's the
Okay,
simplest
so
way.
it's a one-hit weapon.
Sounds like
is what I'm
you need
hearing.
to add some effects to that weapon.
Well, yeah, in the hands, unlocking itself is shredded. Yeah, I mean, as it says, it sounds like it's a one-hit weapon, but by the looks of things, you can basically, I would say, the point is, after you hit it and stab someone with it. This is my interpretation of it. You hit it and stab someone with it, and every round after that, you can just keep twisting the blade to just cause automatic damage. Is my interpretation of that. Unless they'd have to, it's break for it. We'd have to treat it like a
So
post
effectively,
athletics.
it's a grapple type of thing.
Almost, you hit and stab, and then we'll treat it as a grapple for someone to escape with it stuck in them. Until then, it's automatic damage. So yeah, treat it as a grapple, a weapon that causes automatic damage after the first hit. It does. Judging on the notes, it does say the blade becomes often the blade becomes embedded in the body, which is why those who wield them do extra dangling. So I'm going to say, yeah, once it's in, or maybe you as a full action, I'd say a full round action to unscrew to remove it as well. I will say so. It's not a single use weapon. I'm going to say it's an actual taking it back, thinking about it. You can bring it out, unless of course attempted to. I think yeah. So use the rules for bleeding for Savage Pathfinder. I think so. Even if they don't pull it out, we use the bleeding rules. So it's like a rending weapon that continue taking damage. But I think once you put it in someone, I'm going to say you can just keep twisting it to continue damage. And actually, I don't think this often the power blade becomes embedded in the. Maybe we'll treat it as it's a full round action to remove it from someone because you have to unscrew it out. If that makes sense.
Sounds to me like it's a very nasty barbed weapon.
It does sound like a very nasty barbed weapon. Because we have to make it up as we go. Look, so that's how I'm going to treat it. So yeah, it's not a single use as such, but it's another action to get it out, which would still cause damage. I think removing it from someone. And I agree, Tavis. I think if you just stick it in someone and leave it in them, it's a bleeding weapon until they pull it out. Make a vigor check to actually stop bleeding. Wait, it's quite nasty.
I'd like 4 bottles of that Exploserol or whatever it is.
Look, I set you back 60 Mingos. That's no problem at all.
That's fine.
Just give yourself four and spend 60 Mingos. I trust you.
Yeah, as expensive as it
I
is, I
seem to
think
have
Charles
lost
wants to
it.
go
Could
ahead
you
and pick up one
reshare
of
that,
those.
please?
Sorry?
I seem to have lost it. Could you reshare it, please?
Reshare?
How do we buy stuff? Oh, wait, never mind. Unlock. There we go.
Last bit of artwork for the day. My name's Flash Gordon, and I don't think I'm all that complicated. I just want some people to have more bennies. Very good. There's some bennies. Does anyone else want to purchase anything? Spiral blade sounds very
Maybe a few more rounds for my fire rifle.
That's a good point. It's, bet you they didn't give me rules for that, did they? Haha. Let's have a look. Uh, okay, let's go for. Ooh, initiative is usually under something else. It should be under items. Flame gun rifle. Notes. No notes on it. Interesting. Hmm. Ammunition. 11, page 11 and 15. Ammunition. Here we go. Die marker arrow, electric charge arrow, fire arrow, flare arrow, knockout arrow, piercing arrow, nothing. Oh, hang on. First one. Lightning sword, ammunition. Might not need any. Oh, it's probably powered by crystals, isn't it? A lot of stuff else is in. I suspect you'll just need a crystal to power it, like ray gun pistols. I'm going to say that makes more sense. Which means you can get them recharged because you have a.
Well, when I look at it in the combat weapon thing, it says I'm down to 91 charges, holds 100. Is that charges or rounds?
Same thing in it.
Well,
Charges.
normally one charge
Once it's
is one round.
recharged, it's got 100 shots. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it should be 6, but that's by the by. That must have been an interesting typo.
Now you understand why I was a little confused. That's all.
No, that's absolutely fine. It's probably because somewhere along the line, something very strange. Should be 6 shots. And let's have a look at these crystals. Power crystals. Is ammunition. Yeah, it'll be power crystals. It will take small. I think it's a rifle, isn't it? So it'll take medium power crystals. So
On Zafira charge them, the crystals.
yes, Severa can recharge power crystals.
Just be nice to Zafira and she'll recharge your crystals.
Okay. Now, for some reason, you've got $164 and 186 Mongols. I don't know why. You should actually have 350 Mingos and no dollars. Okay. Anyone else has got dollars, just so you could potentially buy 3 medium power crystals if you wanted to. Leave yourself with 50 Mingos. So that gives you 18 shots for your flame rifle, which you can, so you can reload if you need to in the middle of a fight. And obviously, Zafira can charge them up in downtime.
So that was 100 Mingos per crystal.
There you go. Yeah. Also, don't forget
Awesome,
to.
yes.
Yeah. We'll always. Yeah. Also, don't. Technically speaking, drag one for free to your character sheet because, of course, you've already got one in the rifle. Thinking about it logically. But then, if you want additional ones, you can buy additional ones at 100 Mingos.
Yeah, I'll buy 3 more.
Fine. So you've got 4 in total, which gives you 24 shots. All good. Does anyone else wish to do any expenditures or anything?
I'm trying to find that. Not the is it flamall or whatever it is. All I'm seeing is actual guns, not it as a thrown like
got the explosive. It's
A
a ranged
Molotov
weapon.
cocktail.
It's a ranged. That's a good point. Let's have a look. Is that a mistake on the GM's part when he conversion? Quite possibly. I can't spell explosol. A-X-B-L-O sol. Liquid used in mechanisms manufacture. It says it's a ranged weapon. That is strange, isn't it? Logically, yeah, I can see what's happened there. Logically, it should be a thrown weapon, not a ranged weapon. See.
Did you make sure that you equipped it in your inventory? Sometimes that'll make a difference.
Well, the problem is I can't. I don't. Oh, there it is. Explosol. Yeah, I was looking at flameall. There's the problem. All right, so I have to add that.
Interestingly enough, it should logically it should be thrown rather than ranged. Shooting. So I've made it actually updated it to be a thrown weapon, not a ranged weapon. It's a mistake on my part when I did the adaptation.
So we could rig it with a timer or something, couldn't we?
Logically, yes. Yeah, if you've got, I mean, it's definitely something you can do with MacGyver or with the right MacGyver on the fly, as it were. I don't see why not. And obviously, with the repair skill, you can do it in advance. But with MacGyver, you could almost do it on the fly if you need. That's what MacGyver's meant to be good at, making things on the fly. So anyway, we've got about 15 minutes. We can get you into the jungle unless anyone else needs to do anything more.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Tables. I wonder who that is. Oh, there we are.
Okay,
Yes.
So we
Okay.
take off everybody's crystals are fully charged.
Indeed. Righty ho. Yes, everyone's crystals will be fully charged because you had plenty of time to do it before you headed out.
Yeah, it's really only an hour recovery for each charge, right?
Yeah.
For each D6
Well,
of
if
charging.
we're in like in the city, that when we can just like tap into a power line and charge them up.
Oh yeah, but
There is
obviously
that possibility too.
the point is
Some things you can't plug in though.
point being is Zavara can obviously do it on the fly. Okie dokie. Yeah, I think that's all good. Right. You have an uneventful. Well, it's easy enough to charter a. Well, actually, you've got your own rocket ship. It's easy enough to fly, and it's easy enough to fly over to. I said recommended going from Cedar, so you then head to this map. It's a stupid scale, but obviously the idea being is you can from Placida you can head down the river, and then the suggestion was to follow the river, which is not letting me do what I wanted to do. Follow the river down towards the centre, which is where you think you need to get to.
So are we doing this on foot or are we riding interesting local beasts or anything?
It'll be on foot, I'm afraid. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Local beasts don't like heading into into the jungle.
Uh-huh. Like the Forbidden Forest. Nobody likes to go near Sherwood. It's haunted.
How big? How
I'd
big is
say-
that river?
I'm going to say it's probably quite. I'm going to think of it as impressive and wide in places as like the Amazon is. Let's go for that whole Amazonian river. So you're going to, but it's not navigable by boat. It's very rapid flowing, and there's very large, dangerous creatures. So you'll be sort of moving along the edge of it rather than actually floating down it. Is the advice you'll give. You can row down it if you want.
Well, that was fine till you got to the animal part.
Exactly. I'm going to assume that you're following as close. You're using the river as a guide to get you through the jungle, because it's also known to interfere with navigational stuff. Therefore, you're sort of, whenever possible, keeping the river in sight. However, on the second day traveling down the river, you are forced to take a detour away from the river. And I need you to make notice checks. Charles succeeded, so the rest of you okay. Charles, you can hear anyone else who gets a 4. Don't worry if you don't. Anyone who gets just a standard success. Safari can hear the pin drop 5 miles away. Anyway, you can hear the sound. Well, if you get the raise, you can hear the sound of conversation. But if you only get the standard success, you definitely hear the sound of footsteps advancing towards you. Zafira, you're able to determine it sounds no more than 6. And also Victor and Zafira, they definitely appear to, judging from the way they're talking, they appear that you get the impression they're probably a patrol of soldiers. More than once they mention Prince Brazor, Queen Desira's cousin, who has plotted against Flash Gordon and the Queen in the past. They don't appear, he says, making a notice. They don't appear to give any indication that they've heard you as they're talking. So I will give you a map. You hear that the sound of them approaching in this direction. It's up to you what you want to do in terms of positions that may unlock tokens. You can either just move down to you can move down towards them, or if you want to move off the track and hide, you can do so. It's up to you.
Yeah, I like that idea. Why don't we sneak into the underbrush, fade to the left, and let them walk past us?
Okay. Would that require stealth rolls or?
Well, I'd like to use a stealth roll anyway to make sure we cover up our tracks.
By all means, by all means, everyone make a stealth roll.
Yeah. Someone's gonna have to fix mine. The damn wing's getting caught in the bushes.
Charles, can you pick up your feet, please? Or maybe we should have Fritz carry you.
Now. Don't be mean.
Okay, Fritz and Victor and Isris appear to be standing out in the open. You're more than welcome to stand out in the open if you.
Or bait.
You're being bait. Okay. Okay. As Charles and Zafira and Isris move off into cover, both Charles and Saphira cause very loud cracks of wood as they snap branches as they try to move through the woodland. As you say, Saphira's wings already got caught in something. You hear the soldiers up ahead stop moving. To a halt. Stop whispering amongst themselves. And then obviously one of them sees the two of you standing out in the open. Will advance towards you, apparently. Goes, a giant and an imperial droid. What are you doing here? What are you doing in these jungles? They're dangerous, don't you know? Again, now you can see them. Indeed, they are wearing uniforms. Show they serve Prince Zor rather than Queen Dezira or the Imperial Governor. It's a uniform.
Top secret mission.
Indeed, we heard the snap of a twig, a branch. Be careful, you might be being hunted. Make a persuasion check. Well, that's okay. We'll see you on your way. It's okay, Sarge. It's just a squad of just a robot and a giant. Nothing to worry about. As he suddenly notices there with wild cards. We should be on our way, he says. The rest of the squad starts moving forwards. And they sort of move to either side of the road to let you walk past them, Victor and do.
So we heard two different sounds. I think we're being set up for an ambush.
No. You basically, it's a patrol. They're just on a patrol. They weren't being quiet or secretive. They were talking amongst themselves. They heard Charles and Saphira stumbling through the jungle. They heard them. What they were warning you about, because you obviously didn't mention anything.
No. We heard. Sorry, I thought your voice has been cutting out at times.
Oh, sorry.
So I thought we were hearing audio from two different spots. One was the patrol and one was something else.
No. It was just them.
Oh, okay.
What are those in undercover doing?
Crouching lower.
Wondering if the cutout is trying to run my view. 25. That's. So it'd be interesting to see if that causes me to. That ramp up there and go up. Okay, I'm curious. Am I still cutting out, or am I much clearer now?
I don't think so, but it's hard to tell.
Okay. Right. Well, I think as
Your
you
new
pass it,
chair, the new chair you're sitting on, does it rock?
it does. Do you think it? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
And then I'm rocking back. I'm rocking forwards. I'm rocking back. I'm rocking
Yeah.
forwards.
When you rock backwards, you drop out.
Right. That's okay. I shall make sure that in future, whenever I'm running a game, I don't rock backwards. That's probably what it is. It's a much easier chair to rock backwards and forwards than my old one. So the guards move down to there. So they sort of march by as you march by. I'm going to assume that Victor seems very quiet. I'm going to take the assumption that Victor's moving that way. Guards move that way.
And we're going to sit very quietly.
Indeed.
Not moving a feather.
Be a very wise thing to do. Now I've got them all together. Oops. Now I've got them all together. I'll move them like that. Have a move en masse. At which point, all 5 of them suddenly turn to face the 3 of you in the jungle, point their weapons at you, and say, "Come out with your hands up." And that's where we shall leave it today. A perfect cliffhanger-esque moment. So we shall leave it there, as obviously the 2 of you failed your stealth rolls, which unfortunately their notice rolls were better than your failed stealth rolls. So this risk they don't notice is there, but they're definitely pointing guns at Charles and Zafira, saying, "Come out with your hands up." That's where we shall leave it. I hope you had a good time. We shall reconvene in a fortnight for some Flash Gordon. I'll see some of you on Tuesday for some Hell on Earth. Remember what we're doing on the Hell on Earth. We started a new one, or we just finished? We finished the more, didn't we? I think I've got to write an adventure for you. Oh yeah, no, you went on. We've gone on. You're heading into Texas. Yes, you're heading in.
That's right. We're heading to Texas.
You continue our adventure in Texas on Tuesday.
We're getting ready to hit the road to Texas, I think. Yeah, I don't think we've actually left yet.
No, we shall. You haven't reached Texas yet. So on Tuesday we shall have some Hell on Earth as they head down to the Lone Star State, and I'll see you in a fortnight when we'll see what happens in the tropical jungles. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks very much, Doc.
Take care, Wendell, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now. Right, so
Born from the stars, a hero unknown, a light in the dark where evil had grown. He stands with courage, his heart is ablaze, a savior for worlds through cosmic haze. Flash Gordon, racing through the skies, he's never broken. Flash Gordon, the universe survives because he's chosen. Ming the Merciless, ruling with dread, planets in fear, their freedom near dead. But Flash, the champion, defies his reign, bringing the storm through fire and pain. Flash Gordon, racing through the skies, he's never broken. Flash Gordon, the universe survives because he's chosen. With allies beside him, bold and true, Dale and Zarkov, their loyalty grew. The drums of war beat loud and fast, but Flash's courage will always last. A leap of faith, a daring flight. He battles the dark to reclaim the light, from Mongo's grip to freedom's embrace. The hero of legend saves every race. Flash Gordon, racing through the skies, he's never broken. Flash Gordon, the universe survives because he's chosen. Oh, Flash Gordon, the stars sing your name, a beacon of hope, a burning flame, forever a hero through time and space. Flash Gordon, the